night at Dave & Buster's and got kicked out. She popped my shot, if you know what I mean. Boom. Roasted.
This is the show for the stoners, for the cool cats, for the misfits. Welcome back to D.O.U.G Talks, everybody. Today on this episode, you guys, it's a family episode. We're just shooting the shees. We're just bullsheezing around, and we're just having a good time. I ran into a good friend of mine from high school named Andy McDougal. That's his last name for the podcast. It was just very good to see the man. The first thing he said to me after he hugged me was, I see your podcast on I see you on Instagram all the time. Like I see you and Ray all the time on Instagram. And I bow. I said, thank you so much, man. You're the absolute best. Andy is one of those people that you forget about him, and then you were like, man, I forgot about one of the most wholesome and like nice people in the world. Like, I love that I have zero bad memories with that man.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes me like, he's just one of those people. So much love to him and his family, man. They just always shown respect, always very like well-mannered and well-rounded young man and individual.
Good kid.
That's my dog. Dude, terrible hooper. Terrible hooper. That's my boy. I love him to death.
I have no memory of him hooping, bro.
Dude, good.
Was he bad?
Boy, let me tell you. He's not terrible. He's got the speed and athleticism.
I've never heard you be going on somebody like this.
No. He's just not a basketball player. He doesn't have a form. You know what I mean? He doesn't like it's the shooting. You know what I mean? Fair, speaking of ball players, I saw we've been playing weekly in this church again, in this gym.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I invited Baby Collins, little Anthony himself, to come play. Shout out to Anthony. You the GOAT. Yeah. My boy was spinning, was working on him, boy. Just immediate. It was amazing. I loved it. And it reminded me of just like us playing in the old gym. And that's kind of mainly what I wanted this podcast episode to be about today, was just us just telling really, really good stories. Like, who is one person in your life that you played in the old gym that once they step into the old gym, it's just lights out?
It was over. It was never any fun once I got there. It was Braden.
Braden Wilson.
Braden would shut the gym down.
Yeah.
It did not matter who else was there and how good they were. No one could
if Braden Wilson walked into the Hartford old gym, they were winning, and he was pulling up from half court every time, crossing you up and still making the shot.
Like, great dude.
Great, yeah.
I think back then he was, at least. I haven't heard
from
him in like 10 years.
No, he's a very good dude. No, he's still he's still a good man. I have much love for him. So Braden
hated it because I was never on his team, and it was like,
oh man,
never get picked up.
If you weren't on Braden's team in the old gym, it was fucking horrible. And if you were on this team, it was still horrible to an extent that you weren't touching the ball
when he missed 1 out of 10 times.
1 out of 10, because he was shooting and hitting 9 out of 10.
Yeah, which he deserved to. You know, but.
Also,
Braden,
I'm tagging you in this, dog, so I hope you see this.
Oh, good. I hope so.
Yeah, every story we tell, we'll tag them in it, good or bad, because they'll know. But Braden Wilson 100% is one of those people that will just, it's over with. On a nice day, man, Nick Jenkins himself, his little pull-up three.
His little 3-pointer for him.
It is just.
Didn't he leave this hand up?
Dude,
Leave this hand
it is
up.
silk. If that boy's hidden, Nick Jenkins has got the 3-point shot down.
God.
I remember going to play for hours, just one-on-one, like playing 21 with him and Dale, just for hours, man, all the time. It was so good. I remember. I'm tagging them both in this. I remember one time in the old gym, Cadence was driving down the court with the ball, and Tommy was guarding him, and he made Tommy fall because he crossed Tommy up. And the whole gym lost it. And he was like, he pushed me, pushed me.
Yeah. He got up like, no.
And we knew.
Yeah.
We knew.
Dude.
Shout out to Cadence, dog. I'm tagging everyone in these videos. And all these are getting clipped, baby. Shit. I'm so excited. Stuff like that. I remember.
Dude, what is that moment for you? Like, what was the most like that you ever got by somebody?
That I got disrespected or embarrassed?
Disrespected specifically, not necessarily crossed or like.
Okay, man, like if I could really think about it.
Let me tell mine and let you.
Okay, you go ahead.
Gunner got me one time in practice. Not old Jim. He got me in practice.
Oh.
So it was one of those blocks where they put their hand on top of the ball and they just make you look like a child.
Yes.
Yeah, so he got me like that. So I was driving and I swear to God, I was trying to throw the cross court pass. Like I was driving left side trying to throw to the corner. But man, he just came out of nowhere and put it on top, and it looked like I was shooting. And even fucking man, coach didn't like oohed and awed or whatever. Like he went in on me. It was so bad. But I understand where Tommy was coming from, because I was like, bro, I was trying to pass it, and everyone was like, you were not trying to pass it. But yeah, he made me look like an absolute fucking third grader, and I was like a head above him, 2 grades above him.
Oh,
I was a senior, he made me look like a fucking kid. And I still remember it. I'm almost goddamn 30, and I still remember
I can see
how
it.
small I felt that day.
Oh.
What's yours? Did you come up with anything?
I remember there's a couple. Let me tell you, and it involves one man only. I've not been disrespected on the court many a time. I will shut the gym down in random moments where you don't expect me to.
Yeah.
I'm about that. I will pull up. I will play against anyone. I don't care. Win or lose, you're still gonna be impressed by my work ethic and my skill. But
win or lose, you say, how did he get the ball that many times to shoot it?
How do you do that? Yeah.
How did he go 3 for 9? Holy
there's just one man that I cannot, for the life of me, not be disrespected by, and that is David Silva.
David.
And I had 2 instances. Now, we didn't used to always play in the old gym. We used to play in the new gym.
Yeah.
And this happened twice, not only in the new gym, but I remember our first time back in the old gym. This happened, okay? Oh, man, I remember getting a fast break layup, and I remember getting so excited. I'm about to jelly roll this bad boy, and out of nowhere, I just see like a shadow above me. And I remember Silva two-handing, hitting this ball off of the backboard in the new gym.
LeBron your ass, bro.
Dude, it was the greatest thing I've ever witnessed in my life.
Jesus Christ.
And so then we're like, okay, that happened. It was devastating. Shout out to Silva, off the backboard, double-handed slam.
Oh my God.
Okay. So then the old gym opened back up, and I remember Dale Hareem passed me the ball at a half court, and I remember I'm running down, and I remember doing the Euro over a Coggins.
Yeah.
And I remember going up for the layup, and I just see Silva again, man, come up and just volleyball swat this bad boy off the backboard. And he hit it so hard that it went to like half court. Like someone caught, like this man was mad at me or something. Like, bro. And so I learned that I would have to be strategic about the way I shot my free throws when we started to play pickup, because I got to be on Silva's team because I know better.
Yeah, you got to know better.
It's one of those things where like I got to be on Braden Wilson's team, because if not, we are going to lose.
Yep.
So we were playing at Silva's one night, and Silva has been, I want to say, 6 years sober now. If it's more, I apologize. So this is back when Silva used to drink a little bit, and we were at his house when they all lived at the dad's house by the school. When I lived across the school with Corey.
Oh yeah.
And we were playing one-on-ones and shit, like playing ones. And Silva's like, I'm about to poster you, Doug. And I'm like, no, you're not at all. I'm twice your size, regardless of you drinking. You're in trouble. Like, I'm a big man, dog. I'm Blake Griffin right now, little boy. You in trouble. And he was like, all right, we gonna find out. I forgot that I don't have hops. And I forgot that Silva had, I don't know what PTSD blocked those 2 swats out of the way.
Oh my God.
But Silva's basketball goal was in his concrete. It was in his driveway.
Yeah.
Cemented in.
Yeah.
Okay? When I say this man one-handed yammed this pitch, and when he yammed it so hard that the pole snapped. And not only did it snap, but it didn't go backwards. It came back this way. So when I was like, I got down, the back of it hit me in the head. And I just hit the ground.
Bro,
I got...
put you in the fucking hospital.
He broke a backboard on me, dog. Like, do you know how rare that is nowadays for that to happen? That Silva
Jesus
came up
Christ.
and just yammed on me, man. Like, that is the one person that I know that I'm just like, I'm not playing him once. Like, I'm not guarding him. Don't be like, you got ball, Doug. No, I don't. No, we're switching. Like, I'm gonna fall trapped to the screen. Like, you got me fucked up. No. Yeah. So shout out to Silva, man. That boy has disrespected my entire basketball career, my entire life, no matter what. He's just found ways to undermine me and hurt my feelings.
Oh god, Scylla is so good at that. Like the chase down block, or like from the.
He really is.
You don't know he's behind you. You think you have a pretty clean look, and then he's swatting your shit off the backboard.
You have no idea. You just have no idea where he's even at.
Yeah.
What's the most disrespect you've done to someone? Can you think of anything off the top of your head?
Oh, I did it in a game. Yeah, absolutely in a game. Fuck, it's my best memory ever. Well, okay, one of my best memories from high school.
Yeah.
We played Decatur.
Okay.
We were the worst team in conference. Decatur that year, they had the
Mario, was it
Mario
and them? Mario and Victor? Yeah.
Mario and Victor, and then the older one. There's another one.
The oldest brother. Yeah.
There was like a third kid. So, yeah, it was. I had rolled my ankle the day before on Austin Lane's foot. Like, it came down wrong. I could not walk. Like, genuinely, I could not walk. Coach taped me up, said, "You're fucking playing." Made me jump in the jump ball. I couldn't walk, bro. He taped my foot up so much I couldn't feel it. I put on 3 socks and then an ankle brace and then pulled my laces as hard as I could. And he made me jump, and I just didn't get off the ground. And then in 3 seconds, the adrenaline hit. It was the craziest thing ever. I didn't feel it, and I could run or whatever. But then it was like I was hobbled, right? But it was the most disrespect I've ever done to somebody. I threw a bad pass from the high post. Mario baited me. And he gets it, and the kid's like 6'5" in the 10th grade.
Yeah.
And he dribbles down all cocky, and he's going to, throw down the fucking dunk. And I block him at the goddamn rim, dude. I was so mad at throwing the pass. I was like, Austin Bolton. I was like, motherfucker. And then I just turn and run, and I did. I got up. I've never in my life got up like that. Never in practice off 2 good feet or 2 good ankles. But I got up and blocked him at the rim. I fouled the absolute dog shit out of him. And that ref didn't call a fucking thing.
Yeah!
Silva was the only one in the student section, too. I remember him there. He was like looking at the ref, no call. And then he was like, yeah,
let's go!
Yeah.
Let's go!
It was like, and we won that game too. We were like their only conference loss that year.
Dude, man, that's amazing.
What a great memory.
We played, I remember we played Eureka. No. We played, who the fuck was it? Yeah, it was Eureka. They came to Hartford, and we beat them. And fuck it. And we beat them. And I remember this guy, he was at the 3-point line on the corner, and he didn't see me. And I remember him thinking that it was just going to be a regular fucking layup, or a regular 3-pointer.
Yeah. And
I remember swatting. I remember jumping so high that I remember looking and seeing Mr. Lee at it's right next to the door where you walk into the lobby. It's at that door, not like by the concession stand, the other one. And I remember in the air, I remember slow-mo looking at him and him being like, it's right next to it. And I just remember, boom, and just swatting that bad boy out of the gym.
Yeah.
And I was just like, like I remember losing my shit, bro.
Damn.
What a good time.
What an incredible.
It was one time Gunner and I took Adderall before a JV game.
Bro, how did I not know you guys were doing this shit? I was just a clueless fucking 18-year-old, and y'all were little degenerates taking Adderall before a JV game.
Because coach is
I thought you were captain. Weren't we on the same team? Or were you too young?
You graduated
I
already.
had graduated.
Yeah,
okay, that makes me feel better, bro.
I was like a senior or a junior, I think. I was a junior because Connor and Garrett were still seniors.
Oh, we're further apart than I was thinking, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, you were just graduated.
Damn.
And so it was like the year that Caleb hit that deep three from like half court, and the entire gym lost it in a JV game.
Oh, okay.
Everyone. So it was me, Jordan Humphrey, Gunner, Lane Brown, and Caleb Cantrell was the starting five. And the bench was like Bradley Robinson and like you
legendary,
know what I mean? Dude, just solid pickups,
Yep.
across the board.
Fuck yeah.
You know, just like we had I think we had Matt on the JV team as well.
Oh wow.
Oh, Matt did it as well. That's right. So we went out there, bro. I had 11 points. I had like 3 slots. That was the game.
Yeah.
We played Eureka's JV team.
Yeah,
That's who it was. And so I had like 2 blocks. Gunner did like 4 fake Jordan passes, like Jordan fakes on people, and they kept jumping. Like I remember we were playing old gym ball.
Really?
Yes. Like
I was just hooping.
Like McKnight was like telling us to do plays, and we'd all get together and we'd be like, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Like I remember Lane Brown specifically being like, I'm gonna be open, set the screen, hit me on the 3-pointer. And I was like, all right, bet. And I remember Lane hit that fucking screen, bro, passing that ball, overshot the whole backboard. I swear on everything. I swear on everything. Like it was so beautiful that like I was like, shout out to Lane Brown, man. I'm fighting for our country. You're the best.
Oh, is he? Okay. Bro, I remember reffing a fucking 7th grade game one time. I wasn't even a ref. I was just like a senior, and Coach Hayes needed me to. Yeah. And I watched I think it was Ozark or somebody. A 7th grade girl on a layup, fast break layup, bro. She Manu Ginobili that layup, that underhand shit, and she shot it over the backboard and through the wires. Yeah. It was just like perfectly landed out of bounds. It was the weirdest fucking, like, how would you ever do that on purpose?
Oh my goodness. Like how? I've seen
you
John
should get points for that. How the fuck? That was harder than a shot.
I've seen John Wilson pick up rebounds, back someone down, go to post him up, and just hit the underneath of the backboard like 8 times.
Dude.
John, shout out to John, bro.
Bro, John's the only person I've ever ran ones versus. We used to ref Little League together. He used to ref for Dad. Dad had both of us reffing. And so when we'd get done, we'd sweep the floor and shit. And then I don't think John drove yet because he was young. Yeah. And he still sucked. He wasn't good at basketball yet.
Yes.
So we would just like play 1-on-1, but we had just ref like 11 games. And, so we were exhausted. So the only thing we were doing was backing each other down until we could get a layup and then beating the shit out of each other and calling fouls. It was like we would play to 12 and it would be, 11 to 13 or whatever. And that would be the funniest thing ever. John was the best about fucking backing all the way under there and then making a move and just hitting the bottom of the backboard, and the shit hits him in his face or whatever.
He gets all red.
Yeah. John was the fucking best about that.
Shout out to Johnny Will.
Yeah.
I remember
those were good times because I was still better than him. I look toward the end of my career. I haven't played in years. He was more of an equal, but back then, he was still in that transitioning from being
terrible to being
what was Johnny Boy or whatever they called him.
Yeah. Gosh dang it. I remember we lived together at Pike Place. And he and I got into it like real bad. Like he and I were fucking arguing, bro. Like
really?
I think that was one of the only times I think that he was ready almost to fight me. And I was ready. I was already. I was down. I was ready. Anyone for to fight. And he was like, "No, I'm gonna go fight my friend." Anyway, so I was like, I think because Canyon was like, "Let's go play ball. Like, let's go settle it. Like run some ones." And I was like, "You don't want that." Like, and John was like, "No, I'm not. Like, you're not gonna score a point on me." And I remember him saying that, and I remember stopping and looking back at like, you fucked up.
You fucked up.
And so we went to Timberline back when you lived there. That's how old this was before we got the house.
Damn.
And I remember I would play John on that half court, and John could not fucking guard me. He would get so frustrated. This was right around the time Hoodie Mellow was a thing. So like I was on my hoodie mellow like jumpers like I'm a fade for a second, crisscross, fucking you're done. You have no idea what's happening.
Get a little jab
every time, and John could not handle it, bro. John was livid. I felt so bad for my boy. Another person I used to run ones with a lot, because we were those cringy Disney Channel kids. Like if we work hard in front of the coach, he's gonna give us a chance. Cortland Clark.
Oh no.
When I was like a freshman and I lived in town, I was like, I'm gonna go home, like school just ended. Like I was playing, like we were playing ones in the gym while Denton was watching, and Cortland was like, I'm trying to get a better spot on the team next year, and I was just like, oh okay, I guess I'll play. And I was like, all right, I was 10 times better than him because Gunner and everyone else had beat the shit out of me enough to be like, you had to play better. And so he just kept watching us play for like weeks on end, bro. And I remember my sophomore year playing for him. And he was like, "Don't do any of the stuff you do when you play with Cortland." I remember just in that moment, I was just like, "Oh, he hates everything I do."
Oh my god!
Like he hates my entire play style. Like I was like hitting step back threes and like doing euros on Cortland and like spinning and doing post moves. He's like, "Don't do any of that here." And they weren't great post moves. I want to be very clear. Yeah. But at the same time, he was just like, "You pass the ball out. You make the layup."
Yeah,
that's it.
He had a really old school coaching style.
And an old school way of meeting his ladies. It's all right. We're adults now. You can fuck off. I'm trying to think of just like really good times from the old gym that like people like really remember. Like can you think of any? Like I remember one time Adam tried to fight Kiefer and Quentin.
Yeah,
at the gym one time.
Yeah, because that shit was on me. Because I was the key holder and the responsible one, and I was the one that had to talk to the fucking administration every week. Yeah. So I remember every time somebody fought or Colby Britcher brought an open fucking cup of beer across the road or whatever to play. I'm just like, Colby, you cannot
be like Gunner and just have a giant thermos.
Yeah, don't be open with it.
Literally, Gunner would just bring a giant soup thermos and it'd just be ice cold, bro. Just some nice natty lights. Gunner's the king, man. Shout out to Gun. That's my dog.
Yeah, old gym was good times, but I hated to be the responsible one because there were a lot of near fights and shit.
Oh yeah.
Anytime somebody brought in somebody from Fort Smith or from Mansfield, there was just
an issue.
Some bad vibes.
And Hackett people never Hackett people never dared to step foot over there and play with us. The only people that would play on occasion would be like Penrod, maybe on occasion. I remember Penrod. Like it was like the very ones that were like, no, I'm friends with everyone. So like stuff like that was just incredible. Or one time I dunked on a kid in Sugarloaf on like the 9-foot rim. I like the Blake Griffin like off the side.
Oh
just
god.
Full up poster on someone, dude, because Colby and Silva walked on the fucking court and I saw Colby throw his shoes up and Silva drop his shit and they both did the same like crab like like run towards me like on some Lance Stevenson shit. And I remember they both grabbed me. They're like, "What was that?" Like I'm talking full wrist in rim. Like I was like, it was bad.
Really violated him. My god,
dude, he was on the ground. Like I remember. Shout out to my boy Chairs, same dude that busted his head open at Creekmore.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that dude. He went and played one time with us. Man, there's just something about the old gym that was just so perfect.
Such a good era. Such a good era.
I remember I crossed the kid up from Southside that came up there. It was one of Adam and Heather's friends. I remember I nutmegged him and then came back and then I put it back behind my back and he fell and he got so fucking mad. I was smiling and laughing so hard that when I pulled the 3 up, I just started jogging because I knew that bitch was not even near the rim. Not even close. Like I Sean Marion that shot and just kept laughing. I was like, what the fuck did just happen? That shouldn't have happened.
Damn.
Nah, just memories like that. I still can't. I'll never get over Caden's crossing toe me up.
That's a good one. That's a good memory.
Hartford had some hoopers and just like some actual like talent for like in random periods. Like I can recall just like for instance, Little League, Anthony Collins and Gavin Letterman were just, I don't know, 4 feet taller than all of their competition. So when we would have to fucking announce the football games, and we would smoke beforehand, and it's really hard to not act like you're an announcer for Telemundo when you see two gigantic linebackers essentially just stiff arm an entire little league team going down the field, and they're winning like 64-0.
Oh my god!
Like to the point where like Big Tommy your dad came up there and was like, "You got to shut the fuck up because you're making the other parent, like you're making the parents mad
Really?
because like the other kids are just trying." I remember he did that once for like a junior high game. Anthony, it was Robert threw like a 50-yard fucking pass to Anthony, dog.
Wow.
Like I'm talking like they were at like the field goal, like they were on the opposite side. He launched this bad boy. Anthony caught it, burned a kid, and almost ran in for a touchdown. And I was like, it's a Collins to Collins connection. And I remember being so proud of that phrase that I said like 4 different times. And I was like, they scored again, and I was like, it's a Collins to Collins connection. And your dad came in there and he's like, get out, like you're done, they're done announcing, like you're not, like stop.
Oh, shit.
I was just trying to have fun with it, but no. Yeah, just
Hartford hated fun sometimes.
Hartford did hate fun sometimes.
Hartford hated fun.
Our student section was fucking wild. We were disrespectful as fuck.
Hartford was hated in the reffing community. I learned that.
Yeah.
One side reffed. Like, of course you knew it when we were heckling the refs in high school. We knew they hated us, but yeah, there was like, even after Hartford was closed,
They were like, thank God.
well, let me know. But I would tell them where I was from, and they'd be like, oh yeah, I remember reffing there, or that fucking place, or they all had like a
fond memory of good times fast times at Hartford High.
Yeah, that student section could be rough.
We were lethal, bro.
Because we lost a lot and we bitched even more. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we were bitching win or lose. We were bitching the whole time.
Oh, absolutely. I remember there was like a fight in the stands for the Hackett game one year, my senior year.
I don't remember that.
It was like they were all shaking hands. And I remember I was in the front of the line. I was just getting it over. So I was like, first of all, fuck Hackett. I remember someone heckled me from the stands. And I remember Gunner looking at that dude and throwing his fucking towel at him. And I remember someone shoved Gunner real quick. And I remember Gunner looked at me, smiled, and just fucking smacked him. Didn't punch him, just went, bah! And then just chairs are being pushed out of the way. Like I'm looking at someone. R.I.P. my dog. I love and miss you very much. I remember looking at my friend Ethan, and I was like, I'm gonna fuck you up. And I remember him looking at me, man to man in the eye, just laughing at me. Because here's the thing, we both knew I wasn't gonna win. Like I'm there, like Ethan would have caught me slipping so fast. Like he was like six bleachers up. So like that walk alone, just one kick would have just ended me. You know what I mean? I didn't have the high ground, Obi-Wan. I was fucked. I remember stuff like that. I remember McKnight throwing me and Gunner into the locker room. I can't fucking believe you were the two dumbest motherfuckers to ever walk the face of the earth. It's like, and the fact that you have a Hartford jersey on makes it so much worse that I'm on this fucking team, because now I'm the moron coach that coaches you two fucking morons. And we were just laughing so fucking hard because he was actually like calling us stupid and being integral about it. And he just was, what are you laughing about? It was, you love us, huh? And we got suspended for the UCA game and a Western Yale game, and we got the living shit beat out of us those games. Like, he made us sit at the bench. Like, he made us go. He was like one of those things like, no, you have to fucking go watch. This is part of your punishment, dickhead. Like you got to go watch us lose. You have to go watch this. Like, we weren't integral, but at the same time, we would have helped. Like, we weren't all-stars. Gunner was an all-star. Dougie was not.
Gunner was good, man.
Dude, Gunner's the fucking goat. I love him. I've had many good times there. I mean, I'm just playing in general. It's been an absolute fucking blast.
Yeah. I remember when I came back and was helping Hayes coach the last year of Hartford. I think it was, I don't remember who the team was or what the context was, but it was like Dylan Katz got into a fight with somebody or in a shoving match in the tunnel after the game. He hit like 7 threes on the kid and then punched him in the face in the locker or the hallway after the game.
Dude.
That was like the craziest shit I've ever seen.
I remember I smacked the fuck out of Buddy Nichols, in the Hackett locker room when we played them my junior year. And we were in the guest one, but I remember walking in the middle of that because I wanted to go say hi to two of my friends. And he had like bumped me and said something. I just remember just without reaction, I just Jordan Clarkson. I Draymond Greened his ass. I just whoop, just slept him like immediate. I remember Colton and Colton, Jake, and like two other people like grabbed him, and Tanner Womack, fucking little fucking turkey leg, came up and grabbed fuck Tanner Womack. We're adults now. He can suck my dick. I remember he grabbed me, and I just remember shoving him off and him hitting his back up against the wall and him just start crying. I don't know what came over me, but I was a fucking menace when I walked in that gym. I remember dropping 23 points in that fucking gym on Hackett. I remember faking someone like overhead pass and then taking 4 steps and then looking back. And I remember pulling that bitch and just stroking it. A bit. Like I remember hitting I went like this, like a behind the back pass to Gunner, and Gunner just spun and hit the layup. And I remember backpedaling and looking this way at fucking Coach Porter, like their high school coach, because he hated me.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, man, I feel good about this. This has been a very, very productive episode.
Wait, I had one more thing. What the fuck was it?
I remember when you reffed at Boonville when we played in that tournament, that summer league tournament in high school. You and Corey were there. Was it you and Corey? You and Brandon Lunsford? Maybe it was just Corey.
No, it wasn't me.
You didn't ref at Boonville at all? For like a summer? Because Denton was there. It was Denton's team.
Denton didn't like me. He would not invite me.
Then I guess it was Corey. We played Hackett, and I remember we beat them by like 30 points.
Really?
Yeah, because we just lost to fucking Eureka Springs by like 50 points.
Oh, wow.
Because it was me, Robert, Brennan, Chad, Matt, Gunner, Gavin, and Bradley Robinson. That was the 8
crew.
We came with, because everyone else was gone. All the senior, because they were still Garrett and all of them. They were like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
So when we went out there, man, Eureka really put it to us. We went to go eat at this little fucking Taco Bell KFC little fucking thing, and I remember sitting there with Gunner and Tommy and Matt, just the 4 of us, and we were like, they're in trouble. I remember Chad walking up to us, and he just looked at us, and he was like, are you guys okay? And we're just sitting there in silence, just like all looking at each other with just like intensity.
Locked in.
And bro, we went out there and just whooped the fuck out of them. I remember Colton Byers went up for a layup, and Matt swatted it off his fucking dome.
Yep.
And when Colton fell, like that Steph Curry, how he fell and it went off his dome, Matt walked up to him and was like, ah, because Matt was working out all summer.
Yeah.
So when Matt would flex, you just saw every vein.
Right.
Bro, my man was cut. It was disrespectful, the show we put on, to say fuck you to Hackett. I remember pulling up and Coach Porter saying, he can't shoot on the run. He can't shoot on the run. I remember pulling up the Paul Pierce fader. And I remember it going, I go, I guess I can, as I'm running down. And he just looked at me, he goes, you watch your mouth. And I turned around and said, what'd you say, Vince Vaughn? Dude. Chad grabbed me, put his arms around me. He put his head on my shoulder. He's laughing. He's like, bro, you got to stop. You got to stop. It was like Corey and Brandon Lunsford, I think, then. Yeah, it was him and Lunsford then that was reffing. And they're just in tears at what's happening right now. Like, nothing illegal, nothing dirty, just fuck Hackett, bro.
Just fuck Hackett.
Just pure
fuck Hackett.
Yeah.
I still feel that at 30 years old, man.
Yeah, we beat them in every year that I played them in basketball. We didn't lose a single time to them all 3 years that I played. We beat them on their senior night, their homecoming. We beat them on our senior night.
Damn.
Yeah. Damn. No, it was great. Man, you know what you had to say? You know what you had?
Oh, no.
Well, I've had a fantastic episode. I think these stories are just going to bring a lot of people back to memories. Real quick, I remember playing I remember playing football out on the field, and that just being a fantastic time too. At Hartford as well. It was like on a Sunday, just getting a bunch of people together.
Yeah, I never did.
Man, it was amazing. So, you guys, we should probably try to do that sometime soon. Even though the field's gone, we'll figure it out.
It's a rodeo arena.
It
now,
is.
dog.
It is indeed.
Crazy.
That's what happens in the South, guys. Your school gets shut down. All of a sudden, it's a rodeo. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Saturday Morning Cartoons. If you're looking for a best friend and co-host, go ahead and contact Ray. If you're looking for a good time and someone to go ahead and get your inflatable bouncy house all the way popped up and going for the kids, call Doug. 333-444-5569. It's been Saturday Morning Cartoons. We love you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time. Peace be kind to your loved ones. And always remember.
I forgot what part of the podcast we're on.
I forgot to. Later.
You just